Good evening, everybody. Looking to see what time it is. I actually made it right on time today. I wasn't sure if I was going to or not. It has been a busy week. So I'm gonna get some lotion really quick, maybe if I can. It's almost out. Try this one. But it's nice that it's Friday. Today's Friday, and I'm so glad. Hi, Lucy. How are you? Hey, Tonda. Good to see you guys on here. I'm just grabbing some lotion. And I was just saying that I wasn't sure that I was going to, how on time I was going to be, because even staying home this week was kind of a crazy week. So anyways, I'm glad it's Friday. I'm really glad it's Friday. I don't know about you guys, but hi, Connie. Good evening. Yes, it's nice. And I just looked outside. We didn't get any rain. So I was kind of hoping for like even a little thunder shower, but no such luck. So just a couple of things that I thought, well, I'm going to make a little card, and it's a fun card. It's made with the only thing I think that I have that's retiring is just one thing, but I'm going to show the Stamparatus. And if you have known me for a while, you know that intimidates me. That's Stamparatus. So I'm going to try it today. But I just wanted to do, can you hear, is it better, Connie? Can you guys hear me okay? Let's see if I can get closer to the phone. Okay, let me know if this is better. I was kind of moving around too, so that could be why. Okay, I'm going to keep talking, but let me know if you guys can hear if the sound is okay or not. So, okay, so I wanted to talk really quickly. Okay, you can hear me, Lucy. Okay, I think I moved away from the, yeah, I was going to say I think I moved away a little bit, so maybe that's what it was too. So I'll try to make a point to remember to stay close to the microphone. So I just wanted to go over briefly with you guys, if you have not already responded to the paper share or the ribbon share. This was emailed out to you. So if you're interested, the deadline is this, well, I said the 30th, I think, but it's Sunday. So just make sure to let me know that you would like to participate, or if you need this email to just let me know if you didn't get it or something, so I'd be happy to send this to you again. It just has the information on it and stuff of the paper share and ribbon share. So I think there's 16 new designs of paper, which are gorgeous, by the way, very, very pretty. So, hi, Kim. Okay, I see Ton down there. Good. Hi, Kim. It's Friday night. You guys happy it's Friday? All right, so I'm going to be making a card with this To a Wild Rose stamp set, and it also has some dies that go with it. So this is one I'm glad to say is not retiring. They carry this over into the new catalog. This paper that I'm using today, this is the Mosaic Moments paper, and it is being retired. It's a really pretty paper if you ever worked with it. I fell in love with it and the stamp set when it first came out last year, and then I just kind of didn't use it as much, but you can see that you can cut things out with it. It's really pretty. So, and it's got a lot of color, so we're going to play with that. So let me show you what we're using here today. So I've got just a piece of Whisper white cardstock, and then I just have a little scrap piece of the Smoky Slate. Hi, Kathy. How are you? So this is the gray, and then I just kind of have this is just a scrap piece that I'll be making a cut out of. So let me get my paper trimmer and make some cuts here before we use our Stamparatus. Okay, and for those of you listening, and hopefully, so I have a question. I know I've gotten in touch with some of you. Have you received, if I didn't get in touch with you already, have you received your catalog or not? That should have been mailed out to you. All right, so with this Whisper white piece of paper, I'm just gonna cut it in half, okay? So set one half aside, and then the other, just score it at 4.5 inches. And this is going to be the base of our card, okay? So that's scored. So I'm gonna fold that, that's our base of our card. Okay, yeah, Kathy, I just started. So we were just talking about the paper share and the ribbon share, and I sent it out. I emailed info on it, but if you need me to email it to you again, just let me know and I can tell you. We have a deadline coming up. It's Sunday for ordering that. So, okay, so we've got that so far, and then I'm going to take some of this smoky slate, and I'm going to measure it at, let's see. Let's go ahead and do, this should be at 5.5. Yeah, 5.5, and I think I'm going to do this at 2 1/4 inches. Okay, so this is 5.5 inches long by 2 1/4 inches wide. And then I also have a piece, I'm just going to use a piece of this designer series paper, and this I'm going to cut again at 5.5 inches. But I'm only going to go to 2 inches. So, all right. So you have your piece that is cut just a little smaller because it's actually going to get layered on like that. In fact, we can do that right now. So let's go ahead and I'm using my trusty ATG gun, guys, because I think I use it too quickly to use those smaller tapes, even though I really like them. But okay, so we're going to set these two pieces aside. These are the two parts of our card that we're going to put together eventually. All right. Kathy, you might not, you automatically got one if you had purchased from me in the last 6 months. So if not, you might not be on my list. So just make sure that you let me know, because I can get you one. They should have been mailed. I had to order them to be mailed to everybody. Oh, when was the cutoff? I want to say it was, it might have been April, the end of April, or earlier. So I had to do it fairly early. Maybe it was the end of April, but they should have been mailed out to you guys. So that's just why I'm kind of taking stock. One of my customers in California did receive hers, which I find interesting because nobody here in Nevada did. Not yet anyway. All right, so I am going to, I have this half sheet of paper left, and I'm going to bring up the Stamparatus, guys. All right, here we go. So wish me luck. Now remember, this is live TV. So if I do mess up, just remember it's live TV, okay? So the Stamparatus has 2 plates right here. It's got kind of the base of it, and then it has 2 plates that are removable, okay? They lift out. And there's reasons for these, because as you, if you want to position something just right and then you want to move it, let's see if I can get this. See how these plates lock in right here? Well, you can lift it up and then you can move it down 1, and then you'd be able to stamp. Lift up, down 1, and stamp, and so on, okay? For this particular project, I'm just going to leave, I'm not moving the plates out, but I'm going to be, so this is like a block. It's like an acrylic block. It takes the place of it. So now I'll show you some of the fun things about it. So, all right, so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut this in half again. Okay, so just so it will fit on here. Now, when you get the Stamparatus, you're playing with it, you will get 2 magnets, one here and I have one here, and they store on the back side of them. Just a really good tip with any brand of something like this that you get. You do not touch these 2 magnets. Make sure that you don't, because they can break. Like they will just snap in 2. So just make sure that they're far apart from each other. And what these do is they keep that paper in place. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and use, so make sure that I'm in the frame here. See the bottom of this right here? This is going to be my guideline. So there's the little measurements that go up and then across. I'm just going to lay my paper and line it up with each of those measurements. And then on the edge, I'm just going to put my magnet on each edge. And what that does is that holds that paper in place. You can see that it's already moved, but once I get it positioned, there you go. Okay, so they are pretty down there, pretty much. So next, we've got this 2 wild rose. This is like a 3-step, 3-stamp process. it's, for me, I'm one, if you guys know me, you know I'm quick and easy, just slap it down. But this one takes a little bit of, a little bit longer, and I'm just like, I want to be quick and get it over with. So this is why I like the Stamparatus for these kind of stamps. Okay, so let's go here. I'm just gonna look to make sure I didn't miss anybody's comments. Can you hear me okay, Connie? Hi, Arlene, how are you? Happy Friday. Okay. So I'm going to be using, this actually has like 3 flower stamps. I am using these 2 right here. I'm not going to use the outline of the flower. So what I want to do is what I have done ahead of time. I don't know if you can see this okay, but do you see that little black? I used it like a black Sharpie right here, and that just helps me to make sure that it's lined up. Because when you're working with these stamps, let me pull this other one, sometimes it is really hard to see which part is up, which part is down. So what I want to do is just stamp, making sure that this little piece right here, you can put it up if you want to. I just end up finding that I like it just pointed down, okay? So I'm just going to lay it right there. And then I'm going to bring the plate over here on my right and set it down. Okay. Okay, you guys, let's hope, because see, now it's moving, because I just washed it. Okay, we're gonna ink it up, we're gonna try. And remember, it's live, so. All right, I'm gonna take some Daffodil Delight, and I'm just gonna ink that up. Okay, and then just press down. And I'm gonna see if I want to purposely not get a good image. Okay, so you've got that. Let's say you did that, you stamped it, and it did totally, you can see it totally did not turn out right. The thing that's nice about the Stamparatus is because your stamp stays in position on your plate, you could ink this up again, and then you can go directly over it again, knowing, and just give it a good press. It should just be exact because you used your Stamparatus and your paper isn't going anywhere. So see if I want to do it one more time, I could. If I wanted to make multiples of these, all I would have to do is take that paper out and then take another piece of paper and line it up directly, you know, where the previous piece of paper was, and I would be able to just keep going and have multiples in the same, they'd be in the same position. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is, now that I have that, now I'm going to take my second stamp. So remember, I had a little bit of the Sharpie were pointed downward. I've done that with the second stamp as well. So I'm just going to position that directly over the first stamped image. Hopefully it will work out just fine. Okay. And then take my top plate and then press down, and you guys cross your fingers and hold your breath. Okay, and it worked. Good. All right. So next, I'm taking some Mango Melody. And I'm inking, I know I'm out of frame here, but I'm just inking that stamp up with this Mango Melody. Okay. And then I'm going to press down. And there you have your inked image that's been stamped with 2 different stamps. And again, if I wanted to take another piece of paper, I could take this off. And in fact, you know what, let me try it, I'll show you. Take that off and go ahead and position the paper the same position that I had the first piece of paper, first cardstock, leave it there. Take my Daffodil Delight and ink up the first stamp. Okay, down, lift up, and then take Mango Melody and press down. And see, look at that, it worked perfectly. Look at that, love that. Now, I'm going to stamp the leaves, and I'm not going to use the Stamparatus, just so that you can see the difference between using the Stamparatus and not, when you have like 2 layers or 3 layers of stamps. One thing when you store this is you can't shut both together, so don't try to force it because it can break these plates. So either leave it like that, or I just take that top layer down like that, and then I store it that way. Okay, so let's take these leaves. Hi, Arling. I think I said, hi, Susan. How are you? Good to see you on here from all the way from a few states away. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is, let's take some of this old olive. Okay. And take these stamps here. I've got a couple of my blocks. And I'm going to try it. When I was practicing, I tried it a different way, and I'm going to try it a little separate. I usually stamp the more solid image first, but I think I'm going to try it differently this time. So let's just take some old olive and stamp, ink that up and stamp like that, and then we'll stamp again. Okay, and then taking the more solid image, just gonna ink that up again in old olive, and this time I'm gonna stamp first on my scrap paper, my grid paper right here, and then go over. See, this isn't too bad. Yeah. One more time. Got the dog barking. If it's not the cat, it's the dog, you guys. All right, I did pretty good on that one without even trying. So this looks like as good as a Stamparatus, I think, but this one is a little off. Okay, so you can see why it would be good to have the Stamparatus, especially if you're making multiples of things. Okay, set that over here. The next thing I want to do is quickly just cut this out with the dies. So this is the Wild Rose die set. Okay. So yes, the catalog comes out. So I was talking to you about the paper share and the ribbon share. We also have the catalog launch that's coming up pretty soon. That's June 5th and 6th. So make sure to try to catch that. I do need to get, if you haven't RSVP'd, I do need those so that I know how many little party kits to make for you guys. Okay, and get them sent out to you. So let me grab the big shot here, and I'm going to cut this out really quickly. All I have is, I just have the magnetic platform, and then I have one sandwich plate, and I'll put this on really quickly. It looks like it's kind of dark, but this, I'll hurry up and do this really quick, and it should be just fine. All right, I say really quick, so cross your fingers again. You guys are gonna be crossing your fingers this whole night. Like, wish me luck. Okay, and I will cut out that other leaf. Okay, one more. It's funny because on this end it's so quiet. That's why I miss you guys. So except for the dog barking, but I'm always looking up to see the comments. Like, do you have questions? Or let's see. Yes, she did, Kathy. She did have a really pretty rose that she was in her garden, right? Her backyard, was it? She always posts such pretty pictures because they're so, she loves that kind of stuff, and so it's fun to see. You know what she posts. That's what I love. I love watching what other people post. Okay, I think I have everything. Yeah, I have gone ahead and I use these stitched nested labels dies, and I went ahead and I cut some out ahead of time. So I'm using this Cut in Whisper White. Okay, we are going to use that to make something with our card. So I am going to go ahead and stamp on that in Old Olive. And I'm going to use the word hello. And it's in, again, the same Two Wild Rose stamp set. Okay. The dog. Okay. So let's stamp that right there in Old Olive. Pretty. Okay. All right, I think we only have one stamp left, some ink pad I should say left. I think we are about ready to put this card together. Make sure I don't forget this. All right, and some of this. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue this section onto the base of my card, onto the Whisper White, okay, the front. Now, when you have a card like this, you might be, especially with pattern paper, that making sure that it's not upside down or the opposite way. This one, I think I like it better going down. So I'm just going to go and glue it down here. So it's a little bit to the left. I don't have exactly centered, but just a little bit to the left. And then the next thing that I want to do is take this flower and I want to kind of play around with it a little bit, as well as the leaves, just to make sure that I have them in position before I actually glue them down. Okay, so this little bit can poke out, and that can poke out like that. Okay, so then we know, I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive here. Okay, and I'll add a little bit of adhesive onto this one as well. Okay, and that's going to go like that. And the next thing that I want to do is add a little bit of this tulle ribbon. Hi, Sydney. How are you? Long time no talk to, right? So I looked and I have just a little bit. Actually, I would have enough to maybe make a bow, but I don't have a lot left. So this is kind of a little tip that you can use just to kind of have it kind of peeking out a little bit of from your card. Like say you have just a little bit left over and you really don't want to use, you know, all of it. So go ahead and I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive right here on the back of the card. And then I'm going to take and center this I'm just going to place the flower over that tulle ribbon. And so that way I know that I have a little bit here. Looks like I have a little bit of that flower, or that leaf sticking out too. Let's trim that off. Okay. And I just want a little bit. I really don't need much, but cut that off too as well. There we go. So just a little bit's going to poke out. Okay. And then take some Stampin' Dimensionals and put those on the back of the card. Like this. I think I'll put one here and I think one more in the middle. Okay, now remember, when you guys have Stampin' Dimensionals and you have this outer edge, it's like a frame around it, just make sure you save that. And what I do is I'll take it and I'll trim it. I just kind of trim it like that, and then I'll have an extra piece. So make sure you don't have to throw that side, that border away. It's totally usable. Okay. And then take the backing paper off. Just going to, oh, you know what, I did forget one thing, but you know what, that's okay. We'll try to do it. I'm going to try to fudge just a little bit. We'll see. I've got the middle part of my flower that I forgot. So let's try and see if it works. If not, we can make do with something else. So this is that little middle of the flower, and I'm taking the espresso, the early espresso, and let's see how it works. It looks okay. A little bit off, but it's okay. So you have your little tulle ribbon poking out right there. Super cute. And then I want to put that little saying that I stamped on one of these little nested stitched labels dies. Say that fast 5 times. And I'm not going to use Stampin' Dimensionals on this because I have the flower already out and I really didn't want to take away from that flower. Plus, I also want to just kind of tuck this in so it fits right in there. Okay. And then there you have the outside of it. And, oh, hi, Belle. How are you? Hi from Grandma. Okay, and then the inside, I think I'll take the, since I already have that early espresso out, let's use that. And let's see. I think there's the word blessed. And I like, yeah, let's try that one. I like that. Okay, so how's everybody doing as far as like things going back to normal? Were they ever not normal? I know like June 1st is kind of a big thing around, you know, a lot of people I know, and I'm just going to take, I'm going to print. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Okay. So stamp that here. Okay, that's the bottom there. And then, let's see, oh, it's this one. This is the one. And then I think I'm going to take the old olive. I think this will be good. And we'll stamp the other sentiment there right below it. And that's one of the good parts, the pros of having the clear stamps when you work with them, is that you can see right where you're stamping at. So, okay, so it says blessed to know you. That's cute. And I used a couple of different colors there. The same that went up front here too as well. Okay. Okay, I'm thinking, and it's, you know, nothing super extravagant. I don't have a lot of bling, which I know I usually do, but I do like this. I do like this card just because it's cute without, you know, it's one of those things where you know that you don't have to bling up every single card, right? So this is a nice one. And I say, even when if things start to go back to kind of normal, I think, like, I've kind of gotten away a little bit from mailing cards, and I want to get back to it because I have loved getting cards in the mail. The people that have sent me cards, and like some of you have sent me cards, and I think, oh my gosh, I love it, like in the mail or if it's dropped off. It's so cute. So I know how exciting it is to receive one. So I thought I need to continue doing that. Another thing is I am going to be getting the PDF. It's probably about half done, this one. So if you're interested in getting the PDF, just comment below, and that will, I'll need your email address if I don't already have it, and I can send it out to you. Thanks, Kim. Thank you, Tonda. Yes, I'll definitely get that. Thanks, Arlene. And I know I say this every time the stories, but Arlene is Stamping with Arlene, and I'm Design with Arlene because Stamping with Arlene was taken. And I'm so glad that we know each other because there's not a whole lot of Arlenes. Well, we know each other virtually, I guess, right? But I follow her. She's got some beautiful cards. She's in Canada, guys, so if you want to check out her page. So I think that's about it, you guys. So again, if you want to be, you know, added to my newsletter, you want a PDF of this, I'll just need your email. Make sure that you let me know. And if I have your email, just say that yes, you want it. When I finish, I'll work on it right now. Okay. Let's see. I did a color lifting pen tool. Yes, it's here. Let me grab it. It's in the Stampin' Blends, Susan. It's one of the Stampin' Blends. So it's called Color Lifter. Let's see if you can see that. Bring my light. It's a color lifter. And it's right where the Stampin' Blends are. I think it's under, like, next to Ivory, maybe. So it's in its own little section, or kind of a ways away, or at the bottom, I think. So, yeah, so that's where I got this one at. And this, again, it has the fine tip, and then it also has a brush tip as well. And I do use this a lot, yeah. I tried using it with the one card that I made that had the two women that had different colors of arms and hands. But I had fun doing that one. I always have fun on here, though, so that's a good thing. Yes. Yeah, good, Susan. I'm glad. This is fun. These Stampin' Blends, Another one, they used to be kind of like the Stamparatus is for me now. I didn't know quite how to use them. I'd see people use them and I wasn't sure, but they're fun. And then once you get to use them, you love them. So I do like them. Let me see what else. I think if you do purchase anything before the end of the month, make sure if you please use that host code. That is great because it helps me help with getting little gifty things out and that kind of thing to you guys. So it's great. And I think that's about it, you guys. Super excited. In just a few days, the new catalog will be out. So I will be sending emails. I need to find out who received a catalog that should have and who didn't. So be looking for that too as well. And now that I did my conference, my virtual conference is over for the week, and I'm ready for a glass of wine, which I probably won't have. I'm a lot of talk, but just to I don't know, that Zoom can really wear you out, right? Okay, guys, I think that's about it for the evening. So if I didn't answer any of the questions that you had, please, I will go back through here in case I missed anything. And if you have any questions or comments, or again, if you want a PDF or more info on the shares or the launch, please reach out to me, comment, or send a message. Yes, Kim, here we go. That can be a camping thing. A get together. All right, and Connie and Kim, I see that you got it. Yes, I see that. Okay. Yeah, it's a fun one. So this one, like I said, still going to be around. We just saw this a lot in pinks and more pinky colors, and now with this yellow, it's beautiful. I like the daffodil and the mango melody together. So okay, guys, thanks again. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.